Yeah, so this thing is a 1983 F350 XL that I found on Craigslist really cheap. Believe it or not, I only paid $550 for the truck delivered as is. And we got a bunch of random crap in here. Those the guy probably wants back. But the rest of this stuff is supposedly from the truck. I guess he forgot it was in here or something. And it's actually not in that bad a shape. The problem is it has at least one cracked head. It was driven daily up until about 2011 there, and at that point is that what I think it is? Why is this under my windshield wiper? Okay, so I bet this truck has some stories to tell. I'm gonna wear gloves before I handle anything on the inside now. But yeah, so where was I going with this? This truck was driven daily until 2011 when it became a farm truck, and they were running it up until a few months ago completely, you know, off-road when they overheated it, and it's just been sitting ever since then. I could buy a new head, a new head for like $100 shipped on eBay and be done with it. Or I could make a cool video about welding them and having them machined back down, or machining them back down myself. It's just gonna come down to what the situation is when we tear into this thing. But considering I paid about as much for this as it would be worth in scrap when prices go up, and was delivered to my door, can't complain too much. I did buy it sight unseen, which I don't think I've ever done before with a vehicle, but all things considered, I don't think I have a whole lot to complain about with this vehicle. We got the old man style topper on here. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with that. I don't even know how it's attached. I was looking at it earlier. It looks like it's just kind of on here. I don't even see any bolts or screws that hold it to the top of the bed. In aforementioned bed, we've got this trash bag, which doesn't contain a body. That was my first thought when I first saw it. And some random junk. It came with a lawnmower and some chicken wire and some beer cans. You know, it's a genuine farm truck. What do you expect? We got a spare tire up there, which is good because the tires on this aren't in very good shape. They're not actually. They only have a very, very, very small amount of cracking, but at least the outside ones here on the back only hold air for a few days after they're aired up. Yeah, what's the date on this rim? 9/22/82. Well, how about that? This is cool. Yeah, I've never owned a dually before. And so we got that, and we've got this awesome bumper. I love this thing, and it's really, really sturdy. It's basically just two pieces of channel iron. There's one that goes here. Whoever made this did a really good job. You can see how smoothly they rounded this off and then capped it over. It actually looks like it's one rolled piece, but I can feel the lip right there. So I mean, this is just beautifully made. Really like it. Not too sure what's up with the two hitches there, but you know, it is what it is. And we got our trailer connections here. From what I understand, this truck spent most of its life as a basically like a hotshot truck. The guy had another way to describe it, but that's pretty much what it was. So most of its 140,000 miles are highway miles. And so yeah, I really can't complain too much. Now let's see, gonna open this up. Really the only thing about it is the previous owner was a man who loved his spray paint, as you can see. But what do we have on the inside here? We got more random parts. Seat is actually in really good shape. Just one little rip there. Hoping I can sell some random stuff off of this on the old Craigslist. And we have 41,571 miles, and according to the guy I bought it from, it's only rolled over one time. This truck stayed in one family for its entire life up until I bought it. So yeah, we got that. This topper kind of has this little thing where you just reach through the window here. I think that's sort of coolish. It has AC, which is kind of cool. We got a brake controller. I'm kind of thinking about ripping that out and putting it in my green F-250, but I can probably get a new one really cheap that's a lot better. Don't really know what to do with that. It's got whatever this is for down here. Totally have no clue because that was before my generation. And yeah, it's really surprisingly solid. Being a Texas truck, there's of course not a speck of rust on it, which is great. And it does have the two fuel tanks, which is good because the guy told me they'd get between 6 and 8 miles a gallon with this thing. But look at that beastly axle, isn't that cool? That actually, the pumpkin on it looks identical to the one on my shop truck. It's just obviously not a dually. That's kind of interesting. Someone replaced the exhaust at some point, and yeah, it doesn't have a solid front axle. Two-wheel drive this time, lesson learned there. I really can't wait to start tearing into this project, so that's just a little update for you guys. And have fun, stay safe, happy welding, yeehaw.